Hello again, video friends. This is McProseph closing in on a Friday's item find day. As you can see here on the document, I'm doing a testing the major item find scroll. I'm about to do the 20th total raid in 24 hours. I used quite a bit of average item find, or average energy potions rather, to gain 50 energy each. And I converted all of my energy into raids and did 20 total raids. We answered the first question of how many raids do you have to do to get a legendary on Friday, and we saw in video 1 that we found a hyper shard in the very first raid. I'm going to finish up the last raid here. We only found 2 total hyper shards, and I will let you be the judge of whether that is or is not worth purchasing the 100% item find, major item find scroll here. I personally usually save my gems for the major experience tome, but 2 hyper shards in 24 hours is a lot better than what I had been doing. So we'll jump into the last one here. Make sure we have our item find runs in first. I've noticed this is a big deal here. You want to have the item find ruins in prior to walking into the raid, because that determines if there will be a hyper shard on the ground or not. So basically the hyper shard generates as you're walking in, and if you don't have the ruins in, you don't get the plus however many percent. Hopefully we get one more here. So I found some interesting strategies when I was going through all these different raids. I found that if I build my SP just by spamming 1 in the first pack of trash here, I can usually come out almost fully healed, and my whole team can be full on SP. And from that point on, I just use that. I think I might have saw a hyper shard there. I'm not sure. Let's hope. I will say that I only found 2 hyper shards and 0 items from the boss, so that was unfortunate. Maybe we'll get one here. So let me know what you guys think. Is 2 hyper shards in 24 hours with the item find scroll worth it? I mean, that's just one upgrade of a heroic piece or legendary piece. What was that? No, it wasn't. Just detail. So I found out a very interesting little tip for the final boss that I'll show you when I get there. I found out how to basically mitigate his first hit. Usually people bring in either 1 tank and 4 DPS or 2 tanks. I bring 1 good tank and then the other one's just got just enough health to survive 1 hit. I'm constantly switching these guys out so I don't have to have anyone die, because if someone dies before the boss, it's pretty rough. I have learned from experience that the big horse dude will always snipe off this position if you don't kill him fast. So I always put my second highest health person right there. Because he sniped off my lower health guys multiple times before I caught on. So I did see a healing tower, so once we find the boss, we won't have to worry about health. No hyper shard yet. Hopefully we get one on the boss. I have started to just skip enemies here if I know that there's no hyper shard down there. So I'm not so much after experience right now. Because I've noticed that if you're very unlucky and one of these trash mobs randomly gets a crit, you can just lose a character, and that's just the final say in your final boss match. Like this one, I don't have to battle him. Same for the Broly's here. Alright, so here's the final boss. I'm going to make sure that my tank's in front and my main tank is... Okay, so mitigating the first hit. I find my character, my DPS that has the highest health. I put him in front. And from what I've noticed, his first swing is never a crit. I'm sure in this video I'll be wrong, but we'll see. Nice. Evade even. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Usually that would bring him down to like 10% health or less. I'll make sure to show his total health after this. But, you know, it mitigates one hit. Because after you move him out of the front, he heals to completion while everyone else is fighting. So, for example, this is my off tank. He just went way low, so I'm going to put myself back here so this guy can auto heal over the next few turns. Also, for my main tank, since he does usually die, I try to get all of his mana out as fast as possible. And that same goes for my DPS as well, because I have to cycle my DPS through. Looks like I'm running very low on gold. Doing 20 raids really sucks all your potions out. I always make sure the second person hasn't died yet, because if he does a double attack, it's going to be rough. I need a good evade. Let's hope. There we go. Let's go ahead and put this guy in the back. I'm sure he'll hit him back there now. Nice. Alright, so he's almost dead. Let's see if I have a red potion. Not quite. I don't think I had a purple one, so I'm just going to use this. Since I picked up on a few little tips, for example, putting a DPS in the front like that, I've been doing a lot better. If you can mitigate even one extra hit, somehow, you can just destroy this guy. Come on, legendary. Oh, another epic. Lame. Okay. And I'll probably just auto the rest of this because I don't really care if I do or don't win. Alright, so long story short, by getting the 100% item find scroll on a Friday with 25% total in runs and 400% item find from the heroic raid, in a 24-hour grind of doing about 20 raids, 2 I did die to Kalido, so I guess you could say 18, I found 2 hyper shards. And that's with a lot of grinding. So I guess I could do that every Friday and get 2. I'll have to look into the other daily bonuses and see if any other ones do item find. I think there's like a 30% one, but 50 is considerably better. I was hoping for more. I was actually surprised to get 2, I guess. So, but Friday's about to end here, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I didn't find any loot at all that were epics. I already had these. I'm fully raid 2 geared, but I just need, and these need 10 hyper shards each, so I need probably 40 hyper shards to go. So I guess that's a lot of Fridays. That's about 20 Fridays. It's a long time. Maybe I'll try the plus 100% item find scroll on one of the other item find days and see if I can get an additional 2. I'm trying to figure out how I can get like 5 a week. See how I can make that happen. But this is McProseph, and if you guys have any questions, do leave them below. As you can see here, I'm showing all of my different forums I've chimed in on, trying to get my videos out there to help new players, etc. And if there's anything you guys want to see on videos, do let me know, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.